Another day, another project. So no, we didn't buy nothing. Today is not a buying day. We ain't buying nothing. That's a good thing, I guess. All right, my goal for the day is we've got to get the garage cleaned, because I'll get to that in a second. So basically I have all this stuff, and basically we need everything gone. I mean, like, that stuff can stay, but like the wheels, they're gonna go back in the house. Scooter, not 100% sure. Mini bike, yeah, that thing is dirty, filthy. We need to clean that. This, that, this, that. Everything has to get cleaned and moved all the way to here. Tire balancer will have to get moved down just a hair. This motor will get moved, because basically what we're gonna do is we're putting the Corvair in here. Yes, got to get the Corvair in the garage. So we're going to be working on the Corvair here soonly, but I need to get it in the garage because, first of all, like, I could work on it right here, not an issue, but the garage is flat surface, the driveway is not. I've already like checked before. The garage is a nice flat surface, and I need to get the Corvair in here on a flat surface, so that way we can go ahead and start ripping the floor out and doing some other things to it and getting the new floor put in it, all that kind of stuff. So it needs to be on flat surface, not like out in the dirt in the backyard on a slanted driveway or anything like that. Right here. So we have a lot of things that we have to organize and get going. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the tires and put them away. You can really see, like, I don't know if it's hard, yeah. When I had this thing on the track, whoo, I use these tires. All right, so we're gonna put these back where they had them, where I had them. Yeah, I don't know. We got a lot of work to do. Okay, so next day did a lot of cleaning and organizing. So basically we have like rearranged everything in that corner right there, moved everything around a little bit, just kind of cleaned up everything in here. Like I said, my goal is to get the Corvair in here. So only thing now is this stuff right here. Temporarily, we're just going to move it all outside. I'm just going to set it all in the grass over there, which will be the four-wheelers, the scooter, and a couple things like that. We got a couple things that we have to still little organization on, and what we're going to do with everything. So let me go ahead and get these just lined up right here, and we'll go from there. I think once I get everything out of here, just the last little bit of stuff is we'll have plenty of room. The chair needs to move, the gas cans need to move. Yeah, we're getting there. Like, this was a lot of work. I mean, like, to get it to where it is now and still make everything functional. Yeah, it's been a lot of work. now it's time to get this thing clean. So as you can see, it is dirty. I mean, this thing, it's yellow. It's covered in pollen. So I'm not going to bore you with the power washing and cleaning of this thing. We're going to go all around it. I'm going to open up the trunk area, make sure that's all cleaned out. Basically, try to power wash as much of this thing as I can, get it as clean as possible. You know, you can see all the stuff on the tires, get all this stuff basically knocked out and get it clean as I can get it. Let it sit out here in the sun, let it dry. Then it's time to put it in here. Well, you can tell, I mean, it's still springtime. Summer isn't technically here, but man, today's hot. All right, so got everything cleaned out of here. Got all that put away. The spree still, don't worry, that ain't going nowhere yet. That might, we'll probably put the spree right here, because if we can pull the Corvair straight in, like right here, the spree can still go right here, so not a big deal. Got everything cleaned up. This in here just needs vacuumed out. This is just a whole bunch of junk, because I did power wash. I mean, like, I power washed everything. The only thing I didn't really clean much was the motor, but like there's still a little bit of water right there. But a lot of this got power washed, knocked all the debris down into here, got like all the pollen, all the dirt, all the crust off of it. Put the Honda seat in here for temporary, because, you know, I needed someplace to sit, because I didn't feel like dragging the other seats down. Did power wash the areas a little bit, you know, went around the edges and got a little bit cleaned up, because it was a little crusty in here. But for the most part, this thing is good to go. And I will tell you, it was dirty, nice and crunchy, but now it's back on point. All right, so let's go ahead and get our hot wiring system here going. Straight in. I mean, it looks like I've got plenty of room left to right, you know, so we just need to get this thing in here now. Yeah, let's just go for it. Okay, so here we go. It's in. So it's not against the door. There is a little bit of a gap back here, so I can open and shut the door and all that kind of stuff if need be. I can get around it. I can walk around it. If I push this up until basically the bumper gets about here, there's enough room, like what I just did was, you know, pull the Honda spree out, all that kind of stuff. So It's a little tight right here. I might pick the whole front of the car up and slide it, you know, over this way, just like a couple inches, but it's in the garage, so that's a good thing. That's where I needed it. I wanted it in the garage, that way it was out of the elements, out of the outside, because we're going to be getting into this now that it's in here and I have plenty of room to do what I need to do. We're gonna get in. We need to order all the floor panels first before I really start cutting, because I want to see the panels and what they look like and how they kind of sit in the car, so I know roughly about what I've got to cut out and all that kind of stuff. So we need to go ahead, get the panels cut. But while it's in here, we'll go ahead, we'll get the trunk cleaned out. Phew. Man, my allergies are killing me. But we do have electrical work up here that we need to do, because all of this never got finished. The headlights work, but the turn signals don't. So we do have a little bit of electrical work up here. Along with, what else? Let's see. There's a hole, like we gotta patch this hole up right here. So I mean, like I say, there's some things that we gotta do. So needless to say, it's in here, and let's go ahead and we can get started on working on this, because it needs work. I mean, duh, of course. So we might as well get it in here where I feel more, I'm not saying feel more comfortable, but it's like I'm out of the elements. Oh yeah, so another thing, my garage floor is flat. I think I talked about this before. The garage floor is flat, so now it's in here, so that way when I go to disassemble this thing and tear it all apart, the car stays flat as I do the floor work and all that kind of stuff. So perfect that it's in here, now that we can get on to all this. So I guess we'll pick this up in another video when we decide to start working on this thing, because again, we got a lot of work to do. So first step was getting it in here. All right, I guess we'll catch you in the next one when we're doing something. See you then.